Well, in question time on Monday, Minister Ayres undertook to get back to me and the Senate to clarify whether the leaking gas storage tank at Santos's Darwin LNG site would be used when the Barossa gas field starts up shortly.
Could Senators please leave the chamber quietly? Senator Waters.
My office has been seeking answers all week from the minister, and just before question time I received a letter which I acknowledge the minister has just tabled, and thank you, but it doesn't answer my question. But it is urgent that this question is answered. It is critical that ministers are accountable to this place, and that means when they say they will come back to the chamber with a clarification, that they actually do so and then provide something that does in fact clarify. So let me put this issue in the simplest terms possible. There is a storage tank that's currently empty that we know was leaking heat-trapping methane for 19 years. And there is a new dirty gas field, the dirtiest of all Australia's gas fields, that's able to start feeding methane into this leaking tank. And the federal government is saying, oh, it's got nothing to do with them, even though they approved the gas field that would use this leaky tank. Now, Minister King hasn't answered whether, in full knowledge that this storage equipment is faulty, whether she will stop dangerous methane being stored there or pause the gas field approval until the leak is fixed. So I have to conclude that this government are fine to allow methane to leak into our atmosphere and accelerate global heating, as well as expose the Darwin community to the associated health risks. Why would the government allow this preventable destruction on our climate and our community? Well, because Santos are currently trying to sell this broken storage tank and the Barossa gas field to the United Arab Emirates government, and they don't want to cop a discount on the asking price. Now, why would Minister King not require the tank to be repaired or replaced? Well, as a major donor, stakeholder and future employer, Santos has had the government introduce legislation on their behalf and for their financial interests in the last parliament, and so turning a blind eye to a gas leak until it gets the Northern Territory government approval in 2 weeks' time was apparently an easy choice for the minister. Now, the federal government may not have jurisdiction over the gas tank, but they do have power over the Barossa gas field and ensuring that no gas flows from that project until the leak is fixed. They can choose to act in the interests of people and the environment rather than gas company profits, and it's about time they made that choice. It's a good thing that the Commonwealth has oversight here, because this week on radio, the head of the Northern Territory EPA, Mr Vogel, said, and I quote, "Due to the low environmental risks and the high costs associated with fixing the leak, Santos has made the decision not to repair the tank." End quote. Even the Northern Territory Environmental Protection Agency doesn't want to protect the environment or the health of the community. They too want Santos to make good coin, it seems. So, Minister, let's just get it clear on the Hansard that the federal government is going to let the Barossa project pump its dirty gas into a leaking tank. The people of Darwin will appreciate the clarification, although I doubt they'll appreciate the exposure to dangerous chemicals or having to pay for the clean-up of natural disasters that companies like Santos are causing with the help of this Albanese government.
Authorised by J. McCall, Australian Greens, Canberra.